Okay, so hi, Team Diva here, and we are here today as part of the AKT online programme, and we're really excited to be interviewing the one and only Heather Peace. Over the years, we've seen her in many things, including Lip Service, London's Burning, Waterloo Road, and more recently in Silent Witness and Holby City. She has been a regular face at many prides and has an incredible fan base, not only as an actress, but as a singer, songwriter and musician. Hi, Heather.
Hello. I was just checking I'd shut the door there then, because that ruins. I've gone to a lot of effort to get a nice look for the camera. Hello, how are you?
I'm really well. I'm really, really well. How are you? Lovely sunshiny day there in Brighton, by the looks of things.
Yeah, it is. I've had to shut the shutters. Yeah, it is. It's beautiful. We're clouded over a little bit now, but generally speaking, we've been pretty lucky with the weather throughout this whole period, haven't we?
We have. It's made it worthwhile, hasn't it? It's made it good. Yeah. It definitely has. It definitely has. So we're here today, as I said, talking about AKT, and I know you've been a patron for quite a few years. What made you get involved with them?
A great friend of mine, Jackie Crozier, who formerly ran Manchester Pride, sort of told me about the Albert Kennedy Trust, and I learned the heartbreaking story of why it was set up, from the team behind it and the parents of Albert Kennedy, a young man that was hounded to his death in Manchester, sort of backed into a corner, and it was just a very, very, very tragic tale. And I think still today, so many, so the charity looks after LGBT kids who have been made homeless through coming out, or whatever family circumstances, and there's a much, much higher percentage of LGBT kids that find themselves on the streets, or certainly without a home, in shelters and whatever else. And AKT just gets involved not only with sheltering them and accommodation, but providing them with mentors, people that can help them take the next steps in life, whether that's apprenticeships or getting them into further education or just finishing their education. And there's just been, I sort of went to a couple of dinners with Jackie, and just saw some of the amazing young people who turned their lives around. One chap sticks in my mind. He was like 18 years old, and he'd had 2 books of poetry published by like a really decent publisher.
Amazing.
And yeah, so I just think all our young people need to get some support to try and give them a decent start in life. So they're just really decent.
They are fantastic charity. I know you're going to sing some songs for us today, and your first one actually is fits in really well with.
It does mention rainbows, which
it does.
For us as a community is amazing, and also for this period of time is amazing. It's a cover of Cyndi Lauper. It's what's the one? True Colours. I was going to say Time After Time then. Oh, that's a worry. Let's turn this up. Look, I've got my gadgets. Just gives a little bit of reverb. Okay. You will the silence. Don't be discouraged, so I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all. The darkness that's inside you makes you crystal. But I see your true colors shine. True colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Show me a smile, don't be stars can't remember when I last saw you left. This world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up because you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shine. True colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let me show. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Oh, 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 oh. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up because you know I'll be there. See your true colors shine. True colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show. I'm your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow, like a rainbow, like a rainbow. That's why I love you. That's right. That's it. I was really nervous.
Oh, babe, that was amazing. I loved that. That was so good.
I've been so long in this house, right, that that shot of adrenaline that just happened on the intro there, my body's actually not used to it anymore. Look, I've actually got a little tremor on there. It's quite nice. So I'm quite used to that feeling, but obviously not at the moment. Hello.
That was fantastic. Really loved it. Really, really loved it. Now, I happen to know, because we had a chat earlier in the week, that you've been working...
Hair, look at me lockdown hair.
It's gorgeous. At least you haven't got roots like mine. I happen to know that you're working on a really special project during lockdown.
Well, it's finished, actually. It's just gone in for mixing. Well, basically, you know, I've got to say it straight. Like, we are absolutely screwed in our industry across the board. Because apart from the fact that, like, so my April gigs got cancelled, they've got put till September. The likelihood is that won't happen. And even when everyone else gets back to work, even the restaurants at a social distancing level, like, we won't be back at work. Like, I have to sort of, I'm laughing about it, look, but it's all you can do. I think the thing is, you've got to put things in a plan in motion, and also just for my own mental health and my own head and my heart, and also being able to escape the kids. I just go upstairs and started working on loads of cover songs because I'd been playing a lot of Eva Cassidy to my kids, because I thought it lulls them to sleep, but also it's a way of, like, classic songs going into their brains, you know, Fields of Gold, or there's loads of wonderful ones that she's done. I thought, oh, why don't I just, like, she's actually did that one, to be fair, but not like that. But most of the stuff on, so I've done an acoustic cover record, is the bottom line. I'm waffling now. But stuff that she didn't do. So I've done Here Comes the Rain Again, the Eurythmics. I've done Only You, Yazoo. I've got one that I might actually get crucified for. I have actually done Champagne Supernova Oasis. That's stripped about. People are either going to literally want to lynch me or whatever. I don't care. The thing is, it was good for me, and also I think the fans will really love it. And you know, it's a way of giving. So I'd put the part down and I'd send it over to Michael, my guitarist, and then send it over to Paul, who plays percussion and cajon. So it's properly stripped back. And then Charlotte, another band member of mine, is then doing the mixing. So hopefully it's sort of helping them get a little bit of work, but also keeping, you know, Michael said to me, it was keeping his heart alive as well, because he's still teaching online and stuff like that. But we all need that creativity. It's what fires us. So yeah, there's a 10-track album just being mixed now. So yeah, I'm super excited, and it's a way, you know, I want to do a gig for nothing, because I realise there's a heck of a lot of other people who are in the same position, who've lost jobs, lost work, you know, and so I want to do a gig for nothing, but then say to the people who haven't lost jobs, maybe you could buy the CD.
Amazing.
That's kind of it, really.
Cool. Loving that.
Yeah.
Loving that. So are you going to do us another one?
Just yeah. Sorry. Hang on. Just get that up again. Yeah, I'll do the Yazoo one. I'm a big fan of Moye.
Aren't we all?
A voice. Okay.
Looking from a window above, it's like a story. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday, moving farther away. Why you here? All I needed was a love you gave. All I needed for another day. All I needed you. Only you. Sometimes when I think of a name, it's only your name. And I need listen to the words that you say. It's getting harder to stay. When I see you, all I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. All I am, only you. Only you. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind a closed door. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. All I am, only you. Only you.
This is when I wish I had one of those apps on my phone where I could do like a crowd roaring with clapping and everything else.
Oh, you're very kind.
It's very good, Heather Peace. I feel quite privileged, you know, it's me and you together.
This is the first time I've played them other than the actual recording, which you're not actually playing them together.
I'm smiling from ear to ear. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's good.
You mentioned earlier on, you know, that we're coming up to the Pride season. And it is a time when we all get to see each other. You know, it's my favourite time of year. I get to meet some people. I get to meet new people. You know, what kind of impact do you think that's going to have on the community?
It's obviously got a massive impact for a lot of the charities. You know, that's like, I know how much they raise at Manchester Pride, for example. You know, and so that's a huge impact. I think that the sponsorship will come back for the following year. So I would have thought, I'm saying that like I know, but yeah, I mean, charity-wise, it's bad. I think us as a community, we can just get behind each other and try and support each other through social media and whatever else. I'm sure there'll be some online events taking place. But yeah, I think, you know, a year's hiatus, we'll just get right back into the swing when and if we can. God, it is really tough, and it's my favourite time of year. Just that real feeling of togetherness. I know that DIVA are doing an online community on Facebook and stuff like that. So it's just about, I suppose it's just about sourcing out online communities for now. I mean, it's not just Pride events, it's all sorts of community events as well. You know, even where we live, there's stuff going on in Brighton, there's local communities as well. So yeah, I do worry about the charities, but I worry about the charities across the board, the LGBT charities and the women's charities and everything, you know. Anybody who can put their hand in the pocket who's able to, then do. It's just pretty grim, isn't it? You know,
it's a massive hit.
I mean, I've literally watched videos this morning on economics, honestly, because I can't get my head around it. I'm a bit daft like that, you know. Something about the MMT, I don't know, you know. Conjuring money out of thin air. There's no money trees, but apparently there is, or there could be. If we took on another system, it blew my brain anyway. If only the rich would just put something back into the economy, eh?
Yeah, completely. Yeah. So, how are you and Ellie coping in lockdown with your three gorgeous young women?
I know, I'm loving this interview. I've got rid of them. Ellie said to me, she went out the door, she said, you haven't got an interview at all, have you? Just wanted out. It's been really full on, but I am always a glass half full kind of a person, that no matter, I'm on my knees today, actually. I've just put a bit of out and undry, and you still can see the bags. The kids are up at 5 and stuff, and it's just, I think it's been fabulous family time. It's been wonderful getting out in amongst nature. We'll probably never visit a bouncy castle again when there's like woods. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's been wonderful. The kids have all bonded with each other. But I think it's the sheer relentlessness of it, in the sense that even if I've got all the kids on my own on a normal day, there'll be someone else with their kids who comes around, and the energy changes. It just changes the energy. And if you've had a bit of whinging or a bit of like just not so happy in the morning, people arrive and they bang out of it, and it can change a day. And that hasn't been an option. And they're sort of bored of the activities that are set up now. So we are finding that there is more screen time. We're doing 2 massive things a day, whether it's, you know, getting out all the face paints or painting, you know, all the paints. And that's the thing, you set up these things, right? And it's like cleaning up after the biggest house party you've ever had. You know, that thing in the morning when you come down and just everything's just like decimated.
Horrendous.
But they've only been doing it for 8 minutes. So you hit a point where you're like, I've done all that. You were at the table for 8 minutes. And there's still 7 hours of the day to fill. So I think the kids Annie's coming down every morning in a school uniform.
Oh, bless her.
She started putting it on every morning this week. It's just absolutely heartbreaking.
Oh, bless her.
So yeah, it's I think if I just had like an afternoon where their great aunt, who quite often has them, came round and took them off our hands, I'd be able to reset. But it's just that kind of, well, you know. But I'm not, sorry, when I was saying a glass half full person, all of that aside, I'm not lonely, I'm not bored, and I've got loads of physical contact, even if it's them sitting on my actual head.
Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? You know, and yeah. I think we're very lucky. We're very lucky to have people around us. I would
rather be in my situation than people who've had to do this on their own.
Yeah.
You know, as much as you go, you could do loads of reading. You could do that 8 weeks.
Long time. A long time. So let's fill a bit of that space for some people. Heather Peace, do as your last song. And then I'm going to ask you more questions.
I mean, she's a lesbian icon. So I had to take Pink and do a Pink number. So I'm sorry, it's a bit sad, this, but I just like it. Sorry about that. I should have probably finished on True Colours, but there we go. Right. Look, I've got flushed cheeks now. It's because I've got a bit embarrassed. I am flushing up. I'm not used to this. I'm just normally just here in the house, you know. It's just like, no, you are like filming. It's fine. This is Who Knew? Let's turn that down a bit. You can hear the kids next door now. Can you hear them?
You took my hand, showed me how you promised me you'd be around. Yeah, that's right. I took your words and I believed in everything you said to me. Ah, that's right. Someone said 3 years from now, you belong on my Santa. I'll punch them out, 'cause they're all wrong, and I know better. 'Cause you said forever, ever. Remember when we were such fools, so convinced and just oh no, oh no. I wish I could touch you again. I wish I could still call you a friend. I'd give anything. Someone to count your blessings down for the long run. I guess I just didn't know how. I was all wrong when they knew better. So you said forever, ever. You were locked inside my hand until we meet again. Until we meet again. I won't forget you, my friend. What happened? Someone to 3 years from now, you belong on my Santa. Punch them out, say oh yeah. That last kiss I'll cherish till we meet again. Now time aches in heaven. I wish I could remember, but I'll keep your memory. It visit me amazing, my darling, oh you, my darling, oh you, oh you.
Wow. Yeah. Woo! Loved it. Really
It's a bit
good.
sad though. Sorry about that.
Oh,
I
but it's
just
so
quite liked it.
nice. I'm looking forward to the other 7 songs.
Yeah, Here Comes the Rain Again is my favourite.
Is
You
that
won't
really good?
recognise it. Well, you will obviously you'll recognise it, but it's yeah, it's just been sort of taking those tracks, especially something that's like 80s electropop, and turning it to the keys and a guitar, and it's just sort of worked really well. So yeah, that should be up on the website. I don't know when this is going out.
Next week. Yeah, something like that.
Should be up then, yeah. heatherpeace.com if you want to just like come along and listen. But yeah, really, really important that we dig deep if we can, if we're lucky enough to be able to, for charities like the Albert Kennedy Trust. I think the biggest fear out of all of this lockdown thing is the state we're going to be in on the other side, because we all know it's going on. We just don't know about it. And yeah, it's sort of, it's quite a weighty thing on our shoulders, isn't it? you count the blessings every day if you're lucky enough.
You do. Amazing. Well, Heather, thank you very much for letting us into your Brighton home and singing those lovely songs. It's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm sure everybody else will have done as well.
Thank you, and everyone keep safe, take care, and I'll see you on the other side, hopefully.